guys, it's Ty. I am gonna do my pregnancy story right now. There's not a whole lot to tell. It was a pretty basic pregnancy. There were 2 scares during my pregnancy, but I'll start from the beginning. I became pregnant early December 2009. I was in a relationship with my daughter's father for about 5 months before that. I know that's really early in a relationship to be intimate, get pregnant, but it wasn't intentional. We were using protection. Of course, things like this happen, and you have to deal with them. I found out that I was pregnant just around Christmas 2009, and I did not want to tell my family or tell anybody. I was planning on just terminating the pregnancy, not telling anyone about it. I didn't know anything about it. But I did some research, and I knew definitely that was not something that I could do. I told the baby's father mid-January after my 17th birthday. He said that he would be there, he would support me through the pregnancy, so that was okay. I did not want to tell my parents. I procrastinated on that. I was almost 3 months pregnant when I finally did tell them. My mom, well, I didn't actually tell them. My mom, sorry. My mom said, I know you're pregnant. You can stop hiding it now. She was very upset. My dad was there when she said that. And, sorry. Say hi.
Hi.
Quit that. You're gonna fall. Okay. So sorry. My dad wasn't mad at all. He was on my side the whole time. My mom tried to convince me to terminate, tried to convince me to do adoption, tried to convince me to do anything but keep this baby. Showed me I was going nowhere in life. I was gonna, be on welfare my whole life, which didn't end up being the case. I was on social assistance for a year before I was off. This is going to be a very poorly organized video. Anyway, so yeah, I knew I was going to keep my baby, and I was happy about it. So, my first scare was when I was 17 weeks along. I started having really bad pains in my lower belly. And, so I went to the hospital. Please. What are you doing? I had started having really bad pains in my lower belly, and I went to the emergency room, of course. There was some bleeding, and they went to look for the heartbeat with the Doppler in the emergency room, and they couldn't find it. So that was terrifying. I was crying. I was really upset. I felt the baby move for the first time at 13 weeks. Do you want mommy to put the puzzle on the table for you?
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. I still don't know how to edit. Okay, go. Okay, I'm sorry. So they could not find the heartbeat, no matter how they tried, where they looked, what they did. So the doctor, those were the nurses, by the way, that were trying to find the heartbeat. So the doctor came in and checked and everything, and they put an IV in, and they said I was dehydrated, gave me some medicine for the pain, and he checked for the heartbeat. And he found it, so that was a great relief. Everything was fine from then on. I had my ultrasound 2 weeks later. Then everything was healthy. The baby was growing. The baby had a heartbeat. Everything was great. Yeah, so that was great. I had my gender ultrasound when I was 23 weeks pregnant, and I had to pay for that. It was pretty expensive, but it was well worth it. We had to go to another city to get that done because the place where I live did not have an ultrasound clinic for that. They do now, so that's good. No traveling. Yeah, so I found out I was having a girl. I really wanted a boy. I don't know why, I just always felt like I would be a great mom to a little boy. But I was immensely happy that I was having a girl. Immediately after my ultrasound, we went shopping, and I got to see, how cute the clothes were and the cute little things you could do with girls that you couldn't really do with boys. So that was nice, and that was comforting. Before then, I had not really looked at baby clothes. I'd bought one little onesie with pink dinosaurs on it. I don't know. Yeah. Before the shopping trip. And yeah, so that was great. My second scare was 25 weeks. I started the bleeding and the pains again and feeling awfully sick. So that was bad. We went in, and since I was 25 weeks, we went straight up to the labor and delivery floor. They checked for the heartbeat. They found it. They did an ultrasound. They said the baby was great. The baby was moving. The baby was happy. That there was lots of fluid around the baby. That I was having round ligament pains. Those pains were horrible for me. Every time I moved, I felt like I was in labor. Well, I thought I felt like I was in labor. In all honesty, labor did not feel at all like that. Okay. Here's Gracie again. Your puzzle's on the table. I'm sorry. Again. So yeah, that was okay, and everything was fine. Kept going from there. I was measuring 2 weeks behind the whole time, so they didn't think anything of that. They just went by my 19-week ultrasound to see what exactly was developed and things like that to tell how far along I was, even though I knew for sure how far along I was. So yeah, and the pregnancy progressed. I was pregnant summer of 2010, which was so hot where I live. It was in the 30 degrees Celsius range, always above 30. We did not have air conditioning. I slept on the couch. It was just ridiculous. It was hot. I was miserable and cranky. I did not want to do anything. I finished my junior year. Or was it's not junior year. No. My 11th grade. Okay. When I was 27 weeks pregnant. So that wasn't too bad. Girls at my school like to kind of try to, they'd ask a lot of questions, and one thing that really annoyed me when I was pregnant was people helping themselves to touching my belly. I find that really weird when you don't know who the person is. Or they're just someone in your class that you don't really talk to, you don't really hang out with. Yeah, so that was strange. I went to the beach when I was 39 weeks pregnant, wore a bikini. Oh my gosh, I saw those pictures. I can't believe that I did that. But it was fun, and those are great memories that I have, and lots of good belly pictures with my friends, kind of posing around it, and it was fun. The doctor was so sure that I was not going to make it past 37 weeks because the baby just had no more room, and I was miserable and everything like that. So he was definitely shocked when I made it to 40, and then he was shocked when I made it to 41, and he was shocked to learn that I was 42 weeks, 1 day pregnant when I had my daughter. She was born September 18th, 2010, and she was 7 pounds, 14 ounces, and 19 inches long. I did get stretch marks. They're just on my sides and my lower back, which is really weird. Because mostly you get it on your sides and your lower abdomen. So I'm not really sure why that happened. But I have none across my belly. Just on the sides. Just little ones all over my back. You can't really see them because they're below where my pants are, so that's good. I got stretch marks on my boobs. I breastfed, so they just got worse and worse and worse. And now they're there. They're faded. They're very light. Yeah. She said no, want me to turn to being but yeah. Don't touch. Yeah, mommy will play it again. There you go. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. This is gonna be a horrible video. Yeah, so that was my pregnancy. My labor was 13 hours. I waited out 8 hours of the 13 for an epidural, and it ended up not working anyway. So it just caused me a lot of back pain afterward. I did need stitches. I only pushed for 20 minutes, so it wasn't too bad. It was altogether fine. The recovery was really painful. It was really slow. It was horrible because my daughter ended up having really bad colic the first 2 months of her life, and that's how long it took for me to heal. So I was in pain, and I couldn't sit, and I couldn't walk, and stuff like that without being in really bad pain. So that wasn't great, and she wanted to nurse 20 minutes every hour, so I barely got any sleep, and I was really just, it was awful. Yeah, so it was a fine pregnancy. The baby's father left when I was 3 months pregnant, and he had no involvement in my pregnancy. He came a week after she was born, and he came a couple times in the first 5 months of her life, and then he stopped coming. So he hasn't seen her since May 2010. Or no, May 2011, sorry. So he hasn't seen her in over a year and a half, which is really sad, but that's fine. That's his life. If that's what he wants to do, he's going to miss out on his daughter's life. She doesn't need him. He has never done anything for her. Yeah, so that is basically my pregnancy summed up into one video. My symptoms that I had when I was pregnant were sore breasts. I had morning sickness until I was 14 weeks pregnant, and it kind of died down. Occasionally I would get sick from the smell of certain foods. I couldn't eat meat, I couldn't eat eggs, I couldn't eat anything with protein, basically. So I lived pretty much on fruit and vegetables and those double bubble suckers. They kept me from throwing up, and they were really good. So that was a couple of my symptoms. Another one was dizziness and weakness because I have severe anemia. My iron and my B12 are always really, really low. And yeah, that's basically my pregnancy. One of the symptoms that I really liked was my skin really cleared up and got really nice. One thing that I did not like was my face was round because I was so swollen, and my hair grew really, really fast. I had to keep cutting it because it kind of bothered me, but I'm trying to grow it now. It's not growing that fast, but yeah, it was great. Oh, and another symptom that I really had bad was heartburn. Apparently heartburn is linked to having the baby having lots of hair, which is funny because my daughter was born with a full head of thick hair. It was adorable, and as you can see, she still has just tons of hair. It's longer than mine, and it's cute as can be. Yeah, so that's my pregnancy summed up. Any questions or anything, let me know. I did live with my mom until my daughter was 18 months old, and then I moved out. So that was a great help. If you have anyone willing to support you, go for it. It's great. It's great to not have that stress and to have people around that care. Anyway, that is my pregnancy story. In short, I'm sorry for all the interruptions. That's being a mom. Anyway, have a happy new year and be safe.